But I want you to know something really important. You ready? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tara East. I'm a scholar, blogger, YouTuber, and the author of the mystery novel Every Time He Dies. And in this week's video, I'm basically just going to give you a big giant pep talk. So I've been thinking about doing this YouTube video for a really long time, but I wasn't really sure how to do it without it kind of sounding like I was a 13-year-old girl ranting in her diary. The message behind this YouTube video is really pretty simple, but maybe you need to hear it anyway, because everybody needs to hear this at some point. Okay, you ready? You are a writer. We all fall into the trap of listening to our own BS or to other people's. So sometimes we just need a little reminder that you are in fact a writer. One of the reasons why I so desperately wanted to publish my novel Every Time He Dies is because it's awesome, but also because I had been maintaining this writing advice blog for 3 years. Now, I definitely had some credibility for having a writing advice blog. I had publications under my belt and several degrees, but I kind of felt like I really needed to put my money where my mouth is and publish a damn book. So I did. I published my book. I became an author. Go me! Then I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they basically insinuated that I'm not a real writer. Because I self-published my novel, I have a non-fiction blog, a writing advice blog, and I'm not making a full-time living off my book. Now, all of that is 100% true, except for one teeny tiny part. Yeah, it is true that I chose to go the indie route and publish my novel. You can read all of the 5-star links in the description box below. It's also true that I have a non-fiction writing advice blog and YouTube channel. You're watching it right now. But what isn't true is the whole not a writer part. I'm a writer because I wrote a book. I published the book, and then people who aren't related to me bought it. But even if people who are related to you buy it, you're still an author, at least in my books. Some people even said some pretty nice stuff about it online. Thanks, guys. Why am I sharing all of this? Because maybe you had somebody tell you that you're not a real writer. Because sometimes people know how to reach into our deep, dark, sticky souls and say the exact thing that we've been afraid of the whole time. And they unintentionally or intentionally hit the nail on our self-conscious heads. Maybe you say it to yourself all the time. I'm not a real writer because XYZ. But I want you to know something really important. You ready? You are a writer if you publish stories, traditional or indie. You are a writer if you write stories, if you write articles, if you write in a journal, if you dedicate time to a creative practice. You are a writer if you think about stories while you're in line to the grocery store. If you read passages of poetic prose to your spouse, your friend, your dog. If you feel elated by the idea of being left alone in a room with nothing to entertain you but a notepad and a pen. You are a writer if you identify as a writer. You are a writer if you once seriously considered getting a typewriter tattooed on your derriere. If you dedicate time in your life to creating something with words, whether it's fiction or non-fiction, you, dear friend, are a writer. So go write something. Write a scene, write a chapter, write an essay, write a book review, write a tweet, write a script for a YouTube video. Just go and write something and be good at it. Or bad, that's okay too. Just write because you want to write, and that's what writers do. We write. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my little pep talk for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you often have this sort of critical self-talk, or do you hear this sort of critical self-talk from those around you? Do you feel like you aren't a writer because XYZ? If so, please leave a comment below and tell me about it. And if you have any coping mechanisms for it, please feel free to share that too. If you want even more writing advice, feel free to head over to my website, taraeast.com. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, guys, and for watching this video. I hope you got some real value out of it. Now stay safe, stay happy, and keep writing. And I'll see you next week.